Thesis pieces.
That's right, everybody. You've heard of Reese's Pieces. Now get ready for Thesis Pieces. They're not going to attract an extraterrestrial, but they make a mighty convincing argument. Oh, what's this? I've just received a notice from my lawyer. It says that a pun that bad is illegal. So, it looks like we only have a few minutes to talk about thesis statements before I'm hauled off to jail. I'm Mr. Mello, and welcome to Oh the Humanities, your home for language arts, social studies, and humanity. Today, we are going to learn about the most important sentence in any essay, especially an argument essay, and that's called your thesis statement. So, what is a thesis statement? The thesis statement is like a roadmap for your argument. The thesis statement is the heart of any essay. Thesis statements are the air that I breathe. Thesis statements lift us up where we belong. Nothing in this world matters to me as much as thesis statements. Oh boy, howdy, I sure do love a thesis statement. I really can't stress to you enough how important your thesis statement is to your argument. I'm sorry. I get emotional whenever I think about thesis statements. Well, a thesis statement is basically your entire argument boiled down into one single sentence. It has all of your main points right there in one sentence at the beginning of your essay so that your reader knows exactly what they're going to get out of your argument. It helps you become as clear as possible and stay focused on your singular message. Now, we talked in an earlier video about how an argument is your claim plus your evidence plus your reasoning. Well, those are the parts of a thesis statement too. Your thesis statement just tells exactly what your claim and your reasons will be so that when readers listen or read through the rest of your argument, they know exactly what reasons are coming. Your body paragraphs are going to be those reasons that you preview in your thesis. Now, every single sentence in your whole essay, every point you make, should be in service to that thesis statement. That's the whole thing that you're trying to prove this entire time. While you're editing an argument, you can look back, and if something doesn't relate to directly trying to prove your thesis, and you can just cut that out of there, or you don't need it. Let's make an example thesis statement together, shall we? Now, I know I don't like to get personal on this show, other than when I was crying a few seconds ago about thesis statements. That was personal, that was real. But our example today is going to be an argument that I'm very passionate about, because it deals with one of my biggest pet peeves in the entire world. And it has to do with this candy that you saw at the beginning of the video. Now, bad puns aside, there is something that boils my blood like nothing else. And it's when people call these Reese's Pieces. I hate it. They're not... This is not called a Reese's Piece. Now, instead of getting emotional and unhinged, let's try to structure this into a real thesis statement. The first thing we need is our claim. My claim is that this candy is called Reese's Pieces. Now I need my evidence, my reasoning. And for the sake of this argument, I'm going to have two main points or main reasons in my thesis statement. Main point number one. Reese's Pieces were named after their inventor. Now, main point number two. Calling these Reese's Pieces doesn't require the invention of a new word. So let's put all of that together, our claim and our main points, our evidence and reasoning. This candy is called Reese's Pieces Because they're named after their inventor, and it doesn't require the invention of a new word. Now, if you read my essay, you would see me sticking to those two main points. I would talk about the inventor of the Reese's Cup, a dairy farmer that worked supplying the Hershey's company with milk, whose last name was Reese. So they're his pieces, Reese's Cups, Reese's Pieces. His name wasn't Reese. He wasn't Mr. Reese. It's Reese. Apostrophe S. Reese's. It also doesn't necessitate the invention of a new word. Okay, let me cover that up. What would you call that? What would you call that, huh? Pieces? No. That word's pieces. I'll tell you that much. I teach reading. This is my job. This is my job to tell you that this word is you say pieces. They're Reese's pieces. They're Reese's pieces. They're the pieces that belong to a person named Reese. The Reese's Pieces, people. It's Reese's Pieces. And these are thesis pieces. The pieces of your thesis, claim, and your main points, or evidence and reasoning. Anyway, so yeah, if you just construct a logical thesis statement with your claim and your main points, that'll help you keep a focused, logical argument. Do that. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Nothing to do now except wait for the pun police to come drag me off to my new home for the bad pun that I made at the beginning of the video. So I guess we got some time to kill here. We make this an unboxing video. I use some Reese's Pieces. By the way, I'm Mr. Mello. I want to thank you for... Probably shouldn't chew into the microphone. I'm Mr. Mello, and I just want to thank you for... Oh, I forgot how good Reese's Pieces are, actually. I don't eat candy very much. And thanks for... I'm Mr. Mello. You're watching... You're watching Oh the Humanities, it's a YouTube channel where you can learn about reading and writing and listening to the lunatic ravings of a madman obsessed with Reese's Pieces. Yeah, join me on the next one when we talk about Gerunds and Haribo gummy bears.